Here's how you can instantly focus better in 3 sections. The third one is the most important, so let's start with the first one. Firstly, we're going to be talking about wavelengths. What is wavelengths? Wavelengths are basically the amount of energy slash how our dopamine levels move around day to day. Basically, what happens is when you wake up and then let's say you consume a bunch of fake dopamine from things like social media, Netflix, or you're just texting some people that quite literally are just wasting your energy because you're doing that right after waking up. Your dopamine levels spike. It goes to a higher level, and especially let's say if you're watching, let's say, reels right after as you wake up, your dopamine's gonna spike up because quite literally all of these apps like Netflix, Instagram, reels, YouTube Shorts, all of them will spike your dopamine to higher than what it's normally meant to be at. And then when you go to do something like actual work, the dopamine literally has a drop and you feel like shit. Reason cause you just went from a massive high to a massive low. Reason cause you woke up and you directly went into doing fake dopamine, as in let's say social media and whatnot. And because this is so boring, your actual work and your focus is going to be shit because you just went from something being extremely stimulated to not being stimulated at all. And then you'll go back to watching reels, and then you go back to working a little and go back to like overall you're not going to be able to focus that much because first off you just started off at a bad track because your dopamine levels are highly spiked, leading your rest of the day to be sort of screwed. Yes, you can still reprogram your dopamine systems afterwards you have woken up, even if you've sort of messed it up in the first couple of hours of being awake, but we'll talk more about that later. But the difference is when you just consume real dopamine and you don't particularly wake up and you directly go on your phone. You wake up and let's say you might directly go to work or you might decide to do a proper morning routine. Your dopamine levels, they're a bit more normal. You see, there's no insane spikes. Yeah, there's a spike there, but like that's just like regular spikes of regular dopamine of you doing work, you eating not that much processed foods, you just consuming things that are generally meant to be good for you. For a standpoint, fake dopamine counts as anything that gives you instant gratification, which can be social media, TV shows, non PG content, video games, drugs, fast food, processed foods. Delayed gratifications, basically everything that has real dopamine in it: sunlight, nature, exercise, whole foods, reading. Basically everything that doesn't really include technology. But obviously, if you're listening to an audiobook as well, that's considered delayed gratification as well. So overall, what I recommend you do to improve your focus is fix your wavelengths. Afterwards, you wake up, don't directly go into consuming fake dopamine. I'm not saying you need to completely cut it out of your life to improve your focus a lot. But if you want to have the best focus possible, stop using your phone. And especially stop using it for things like reels. I would recommend just delete them, stop playing video games and whatnot. But I know most people aren't going to do that. So simply said, afterwards you wake up, just delay consuming the fake dopamine till later on into the day when you actually need, let's say, some level of energy. Focus on these and you'll be good. The next section we have is about awareness, which is understanding your subconscious and conscious thoughts. Your conscious mind accounts for only 5% of the actions you take on a day-to-day basis, whereas for 95% of your actions, you're not doing them subconsciously. You're doing them unconsciously. You're not consciously. So whenever you wake up and let's say you directly go for your phone, most of the time you're not consciously doing that. You're doing it out of habit, which is why your subconscious mind takes over. And because our subconscious mind is so damn powerful, it basically screws us up. Because let's say if at the start of your day, as I've said before, at the start of the day, you keep going on reels or you keep eating processed foods continuously day after day after day. It's not because you are a unhealthy person or your habits are bad, but more because you're much more prone to doing it every single day, which has led to your mind just programming itself to being like, okay, we just do this every day, so we're gonna do it right now. And then when you get back into the conscious state, when you have clarity of your thoughts, you realize what you're doing. You realize, oh, I am watching this show when I'm not even interested in what the show has to tell me. That's when you're using your conscious mind. the awareness part is extremely important. When you tell yourself, yes, I'm gonna focus. No matter what happens for this, let's say 30-minute block, I'm gonna focus. And there's nothing that's gonna stop me from doing that. Even if you have the worst attention span, you're much more likely to do better because you are taking the conscious effort to think to yourself, I'm gonna do this something and I'm going to be able to do it. And you understand that a lot of the times you will understand, like, even when it comes to, let's say, addictions breaking, most people can't break their addictions reason because everything is controlled by their subconscious mind. They don't consciously do anything. When they get to the conscious state, they realize, what the fuck am I doing? And that's when the moment of realization happens, and that's when the awareness goes up. And when your awareness goes up and you are aware that, okay, I'm going to do this specifically at this specific time no matter what, your focus becomes much better because your awareness is up. So let's go over to the third part, which is, I would consider one of the most important things, your environment. You will be unable to study if your environment's bad. Like, if let's say, I don't even know where the desk is. The desk is right there. Like, you're not going to be able to study in this environment, right? Now, I'm going to quickly give you a checklist. There's about three main things: interruptions, visual, and auditory focus. Okay, we're going to go to interruptions because this is literally the golden key. I don't know how to draw a key. I forgot how to draw a key. How do you draw a key? That's a key, yeah. It's literally the golden key, I would say. If you can control your interruptions, you can focus at an extremely high level. But if you cannot control your interruptions, your focus is always going to be bad. Like, it's legit the devil knocking on your doorstep, in my opinion. So, interruptions, social media notifications, family, friends. Make sure none of these people can interrupt. Get some noise canceling headphones. That's going on to the next one. But make sure when you study, don't have notifications on. Don't have even your phone near you, okay? And make sure you tell your family to screw off. Tell your friends to screw off if you do live with your friends. And next up, we have visual. This one's very simple. Don't have something very nice to look at. There are many study with me videos nowadays I see. I mean, it's been around for like years. They study in such nice places. They study in front of their window, there's like a bunch of traffic, a bunch of people. I could never focus in that because the visual pollution and the amount of interesting things happening in front of me will lead to me just not being able to study. It's like having this poster in front of me while I'm studying. Don't have too much clutter. Remove every single thing that you don't need out of your environment. If you don't need, let's say, a random book, I don't really have a random book in front of me, but if you don't need a random book, put it away. If you don't need random meds near you while studying, which, let's be honest, nobody does, take it away. Make sure you don't have any posters. The only types of posters that I have is literally my mock routines and like a habit tracker. That's literally all that's all up on my wall. You can have them, just don't have it in the direction that you're studying. I personally just have mostly a white wall, like, with some habit trackers. And then lastly, we have auditory focus, which is put away anything that makes sound, okay? Noise canceling headphones, personally recommend. I think you can get them for really cheap nowadays. I think for like $40, which isn't that bad because, yeah, you can later on invest into more. But I recommend, if you can't afford noise canceling headphones, just get regular headphones. If not, blast white noise or 432 hertz beats. These are meant to help you focus. And yeah, so that's how you instantly focus better. If you want free resources, first link in the description, as well as in a couple weeks I'm going to be releasing a full cheat sheet on exactly how to focus with every single pillar covered. There's around like 12 pillars. I'm going to be making videos on them for the next month straight. And there's a whole cheat sheet on it that I made for myself, which I'm going to be giving out completely for free. With that, you will get that on the Discord. You'll get coaching calls, resources, and plus I'm making another course. Once we have around 20 people to join, there's going to be a group vote. The topic with the most votes of the topic that the course needs to be made on, I will make the course and I will give it completely for free. It's completely free. As well as I literally make custom plans for everybody. Like this is a like I make looms. This is a video. This is a video. This is a video. This is a video. Like I make action step-by-step plans for all of them. Like basically what you see over here, I make in-depth ones for people's personal situations completely for free. So join the Discord still while it's small, because once it increases in size, I'm not going to be able to be doing all of this for every single person. So yeah, if this helped, join the Discord. Bye bye.